Alright, time for the other fan fiction idea I had you guys vote on over on Patreon. And once again, if you'd like to be part of these polls, just hit the link below, head on over my Patreon, hit the first tier. That'll allow you access to the polls and the movie and episode reviews that I do. Anyway, so let's get started with this. Video. And that is, with this one, with this poll, it was with another, insane alien type franchise, and that is Mars Attacks. And this one was a little closer. This one, the voting was kind of a little all over the place, and this one won by, I think, one vote, by 33% of the vote, and the other one, it was close, and I kind of wanted to do that. I might still do that, who knows. But that is, as you can see, Mars Attacks, the Toxic Avenger. So we got a Mars Attacks Toxic Avenger crossover. I want to thank everyone for voting on this. The one that came close to beating it was Planet of the Apes. But yeah. Anyway, so let's get started with this crossover. So the story begins in Tromaville. And it's just a nice, quiet night in Tromaville. Melvin is with his girlfriend. She's, they have just finished fucking, for a lack of a better word. And it's just a nice, quiet night, but there are some hoodlums out and about in the city, with Toxie taking the night off. They're just out, graffiti, vandalism, all that good stuff. But that's when they see a strange light in the sky, and they're like, hey, I bet those are illegal aliens, because this is the kind of dialogue you get from a Tromaville movie, from a Troma film. Let's go teach those guys some American what for. So they go to pick on these aliens, and sure enough, they are aliens, but the ones they were expecting. It's a Martian ship that comes down, and they're just like, "All right, you punks, get out of our country before we make you, you green skin." Then the Martian just zaps them. The other guys take off running; they get killed, and this Martian ship, this Martian scout party, I should mention, heads off to attack Tromaville. So remember, it's a small, it's only one ship. It was basically a scout ship. So these cries and screams of the people of Tromaville being horribly murdered, of course, rouses Melvin to the call to battle, and Melvin goes and to see what's going on, and he sees, I don't believe it, little green men. And they're wrecking my city. Looks like I'm going to have to... This is going to be a close encounter of the painful kind. So, the Toxic Avenger comes stampeding in, and the Martians are like, what the fuck is that? Sure enough, Melvin just punches through the glass, smashes one Martian's head. It explodes in the jar. He grabs another one. He, rips its arms off, impales them through the chest, then splits the body in half. Again, this is... we're doing, full Troma gore here. One Martian tries to hit him. He grabs another Martian to block it, and he just gets zapped instead. The Martians are completely horrified and shocked at this monster that is this just horrible monster that's ripping through their troops. The commanding officer of the party is like, flee, return to we must get back to Mars for reinforcement to stop this monster. So the remaining Martians leave, and everyone's like, the day is safe, thanks, Toxic Avenger. And he's like, don't thank me, thank yourselves. But you can thank me. So the Martians that did escape their battle with the Toxic Avenger, they go back. They go back up into space. Go back to Mars, and the commanding officer tells the Emperor of Mars, "Hey, we went on that scouting trip to Earth like you told us to, but we kind of ran into a bit of a problem." And they're like, "What kind of problem?" He's like, "Yeah, what fucking problem are you talking about?" So the commanding officer explains, "Hey, we went down to Earth like you said, and got our asses kicked by this big green giant." And he's like the thing on the cans? He's like, no, it was uglier, way uglier, and it killed six, seven of my men before we had to retreat. And he's like, oh, you fled because you saw a monster. I didn't realize the Martian Empire was full of cowards now. He's like, no, my lord, you must understand, I had to make a tactical retreat. And he goes, Tactical retreat. You still fled, though, and the Martian commander fucking dies right there. He gets killed, but however, the Martian Emperor is like, all right, he may have been a coward, but we're gonna go. Let's go see who this, who this big monster is. So, a bigger fleet of Martian ships go down to Tromaville and just start immediately wrecking house. Like, they just start firing on buildings, killing people, making bugs into giant monsters to eat people, all the good stuff, like all the stuff you would expect in a Mars Attacks comic. Like, this is stuff you would see in a Mars Attacks story. So essentially what happens next is that Melvin once again has to fight his way through the Martians, and there's more Martians than he can count. There's multiple ones. Like, obviously there's multiple ones. Why did I say that? But yeah, he's still like ripping through them. He actually takes one Martian's gun, uses it to kill some more Martians. He kills a giant bug, but it's very clear that Melvin alone can't fight all of these Martians and their monsters, even though he's doing everything he can to, fight against this just horrible wave of monsters. There's nothing really he can do. But however, as he's like getting worn out, he's still fighting, and the people of Tromaville like see their hero, still fighting for them, still, doing everything he can in his power to, do battle against this Martian outbreak, the Martian outbreak. And they're like, hey, the toxic Avenger's been there for us since, even when we thought he was a big, scary, ugly monster. Are we just gonna let our big monster friend down? And they're like, no! So they pick up Martian weapons, they pick up other weapons, and Tromaville just goes all out in helping Melvin repel the Martian fleet. Melvin even, jumps on, he scales a building while one of the mech suit robots are, tearing through the town. He jumps at the robot, smashes his way through, takes control of the robot, and proceeds to, just start blasting saucers down from the sky. Left and right. He's just blasting saucers left and right down from the sky, and he even says, all right, I know, I don't know much about Martian culture, but if I know anything about science fiction, you guys are warriors, right? So I demand a trial by combat. The Emperor versus me. If I win, then, you guys leave Earth and never come back. But if you win, you can have Earth. And the Martian Emperor is like, bet. Again, if this is so, the writing is so weird and whatnot, it's because I'm treating it like a Tromaville movie. So, the Martian Emperor comes down to face Melvin one-on-one combat, and the two just go bare-knuckle brawl. They just start, they're punching each other, and people are, cheering for Melvin. The Martians are going, ack, 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 ack. But, Melvin, beats down the Emperor, and as insult to injury, what he does is, he grabs the Martian Emperor, slams his head, he smashes his head into a fire hydrant with his mouth open and turns on the fire hydrant. The Martian's head explodes. Water's coming out of his eye holes and nose holes, and brain juice and water is spraying everywhere, and just kids start dancing under it. Yay! And the Martian Emperor and the Martians are like, oh fuck. And that's when Melvin turns to the other Martians, is like, anyone else? Get out of my town. And the Martians are like, heard, we're leaving. So the Martians take off and leave, and Melvin is cheered once again as the defender of Tromaville once again, and he goes home to his girlfriend for some sweet, sweet monster boning. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That is Mars Attacks: The Toxic Avenger. I want to thank everyone who voted on this poll. This were a lot of fun. I might do another set of polls of one, Gremlins and Critters, see how that goes. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below. What did you guys think of this story? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.